Please welcome Federico Oliviera to the blue corner. Please welcome Chris Jones to the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, your next match is scheduled for 1 round with a 7-minute time limit in the black belt division at 160 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Snow BJJ, this is Federico Oliviera. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing Wolfpack MMA, here is Chris Jones.
All right, black belt match number 2. Our first of just a handful of no-gi matches. Getting going. I hope somebody told Chris Jones no punches allowed. No, I'm just joking. He was doing some shadow boxing in his intro. Can only assume he was an MMA guy.
And Chris Jones, much like his teammate we saw earlier, looking like a character right out of a Western, right out of Tombstone.
That's right. Strong collar tie here from Jones. Nice little, man, front head snapped him so hard he did a front flip. That was awesome.
Yeah, Federico Oliveira, the shorter of the two fighters, and looking like that's a little bit of an advantage here in this match so far. I mean, it's the shorter fighters, it's really difficult to get that knee when you're in side control. It's really difficult to get that knee between their hip and their armpit. Really, really difficult. They have such little room that they need to recover that spot. Really difficult to get. Chris Jones with his toes over the thigh, and that's exactly what it's for. It doesn't seem like it should be a good position, but it's holding that thigh down, it's holding that hip down, and it makes it exactly, he can do that. He can transition smoothly past those legs.
Yeah, acting as a screen so he can clear the legs. You know, I tell people and kids, I'm like, you know, passing the guard is just saying getting past the legs. And it's the hardest thing to do in jiu-jitsu. Against certain grapplers, passing the guard's harder than catching a submission. It really is.
Yeah, especially those guys that are super flexible. And,
yep.
Oh, I hate those guys.
Guard recovery there from Federico. Tries to get gritty with a head snap, but Chris Jones returns the favor with that right forearm pressure.
Chris Jones looking over at Samuel Snow, asking him what he's going to tell him to do. Or something like that. I don't know what he said.
This is our second 10 black belt matches, headlined by our 175 pounds Masters gi title.
Chris Jones just happy, just trying to wear Federico Oliviera out just a little bit. Trying to make him work from that bottom side. Federico being patient. You can see Chris kind of rubbing that elbow into the chin there, just to try to get him to move just a hair, it looks like.
Yeah, ooh, sometimes when you're going for those just mean frames from top position, what you want is the bottom man to use their hands to push those frames away, which in turn exposes the hips, exposes the elbows. But guys who've been grappling long enough, that stuff doesn't really bug them, at least not enough to lose position over it. I tell my students, I'm like, hey, if somebody rubbing their forearm on your face like offends you that much, jiu-jitsu's probably not for you. You got to learn to deal with that kind of stuff, honestly, with a smile on your face. That's something that Federico Oliveira, he's easily dealing with. Chris Jones, though, ahead in this match.
Oh, yeah. And we've talked about this before, Alex, and on the Fury broadcast a lot, but jiu-jitsu and MMA, to be good at it, the first thing you have to master when you're competing at a high level is how to be mean without being mad. And then how to be, you're being mean to me, I can't get mad about it, because that's what they're looking for. We're looking to create scrambles that we're ahead of. And so, you've got to master that art as you're coming up to the belts and as you're getting used to competing, because I don't know how many times I've seen people be like, man, he was touching my cheek with his finger. And you're like, yo, really? That's all it took?
When they go for chokes, they're trying to choke you to sleep. They're trying to break a joint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, in MMA, the only way to score is to do damage. That's the name of the game. It's funny how, like, certain things are frowned upon when, like, a head kick is trying to, get you out of there so bad. And then in jiu-jitsu, I mean, certainly there's, like, finesse to it. But there's plenty of tactics you can use to just manipulate positioning. And like in the training room, it's different. But when you're competing, everything is fair. As long as you're not breaking the rules, go for it. And then sometimes when you're so comfortable training with somebody, like I'll use the 155 Masters Nogi champ, Jake Heffernan. When we train, we're mean to each other for fun, just to see if we can't make each other react or laugh.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're mean to each other, Alex, when we train together, but I think there's definitely some things that we try that we normally wouldn't do. Because we think it's funny. And, I think a lot of black belts end up like that, where, it becomes fun. It becomes just as much fun to lose as it does to win. And, trying something new or, muffler choking them, to us, those are jokes.
Yeah.
That's how we play around.
Chris Jones, has spent most of this match beyond the guard, but Oliveira's keeping the elbows tight, keeping his chin tucked, not really turning his back much.
Yeah, in these submission-only rule sets, you kind of have to sell out. You have to, you can't be worried about
1 minute remaining in this match.
The confidence you have in your ability to scramble is where you win in these submission-only matches.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you have to create opportunities. Wow, beautiful match, beautiful transition here.
I think Jones still has. Oh no, he had to react to that shoulder crunch. It's funny, Chris was actually entering in on the leg, but in that back step, Oliveira caught an underhook and trapped the shoulder. Neither guy really had a good bite.
30 seconds remaining.
Really good lower body movement there from Chris Jones.
You got to wonder, does Chris need a submission, another submission attempt?
So I think not. But only because Oliveira's attempt there was very shallow. Oh, he's going for it anyway. But see, if you have 95% control time to a single shallow submission attempt, the control time wins that.
Yeah.
It's like an 80-20 split.
What a tough match. High volume, pretty
pretty fast pace to start, and then it just became a game of control for Chris Jones. Let's make this official and see who they've got.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 7-minute time limit has expired, so we go to referee Jordan Burton for your decision. Your winner of the match, Chris Jones.